Hey ladies and gents, it's me True Brilliance back with a video. So in this video we're going to be talking about the famed North and South Node placements in astrology. So this is going to be a whole series going through all of the North and South Node placements in this video, what it means, what are the things that you need to work on, so forth and so on. Okay, so you're going to get the full lowdown, the full tea sip. Okay, in this video, just to let you guys know, I am an astrologer. I have a business called Queens and Thrones where we help you heal through the divine feminine energy. So if you would like to get any natal chart analysis done, any astrology work, any personal healing sessions or spiritual sessions done with me, check out my website. It's going to be down below, the link to it, so you can sign up for that. I also do teach personal classes as well. Okay, so getting into the North and South Node energy. Now, the North and South Node are 2 points in your natal chart. If you were just to go look up a free natal chart online, when you're going through your placements, it'll most likely be seen as the true node. Okay, some of them say North Node, some of them say True Node. Okay, so the True Node is also another word for North Node placement. Okay, and whatever your North Node or your True Node placement is, that's your North Node, and then the South Node is always going to be the opposite sign. So you don't necessarily have to see the South Node placement, just it's always the opposite sign of your North Node all the time. Okay, so you're going to want to pay attention to what sign that your North Node or your True Node is in, and you're also going to want to pay attention to the house that it's in, because the house placement is important as well. This video we're just going to be talking about the sign placements, but you will also be able to get some information about your house placement as well, because the energy is going to be a little bit similar as well. Okay, but I will do a house placement North Node and South Node video at a later time. This will just be for you to get the basics. Okay, so another way to identify the North Node placement in your chart, like if you have one of the circular astrology charts, it looks like a set of headphones. Okay, that's what the symbol of it, the astrology symbol of the North Node is. It looks like a headphone. So it's like a round circle and like two balls on either end. Okay, it kind of looks like a horseshoe with two balls on the end. Okay, that's the symbol for the North Node. Okay, so the North and South Node are 2 points of the moon, and it's said to represent our karmic destiny, our reason for reincarnating back into this realm. Okay, so the reason why the South Node is important for you to know is because the South Node is usually the energy that we come into this life carrying over from our past lives. Okay, so the South Node placement covers the energy that we have been operating in for a very long time, and that we are very used to operating in this energy. Okay, and it's kind of like second nature to us. But the South Node placement is no longer helping us, it's actually hindering us in this lifetime, because it's causing us to fall back on old habits and old ways of being that are outworn in our life and really aren't helping us to reach the next level in our life. Your North Node placement, which is always the opposite of the South Node, is actually the energy that we need to be moving toward in order to balance out our South Node energy. Okay, so we actually need to be learning the ways of the North Node, practicing the ways of the North Node in order to evolve our consciousness and to take our lives to the next level. Because basically, think of the North and South Node like two scales. Okay, the South Node is tipped up here and the North Node is down here. Okay, so basically, because we've been focused so much on our South Node energy, we are out of balance. Okay, and we have too much energy focused here. So what we need to do is practice our North Node placement to bring the energy back here and to balance us out. Okay, so a lot of people don't know that the South Node really influences who we are, our overall personality. So your South Node placement usually influences you for the first 30 years of your life. Most people are totally unconscious of this energy. I personally was unconscious of it until my late 20s, and I actually didn't start feeling comfortable practicing my North Node until after my Saturn return. Your Saturn return comes at the age 28, between 28 and 30. So people usually don't get the hang of practicing their North Node until after 30 years old or after their Saturn return has ended. However, the younger you are and the sooner that you're getting this information, the better, because the sooner you start practicing your North Node energy, that is the faster that you're going to evolve. That's the faster that you're going to be going toward your soul evolution and the purpose, the reason why you incarnated back into this realm. Because it's said that the North Node is so important that it is the entire reason why we incarnated back into this world, is to practice the energy of the North Node to balance out our past life karmas and our past life issues. Okay, so the sign that the North Node is in and the house is very, very important. Also, any aspects that the planets are making to either one of these points is very, very important as well, because if you have a lot of planets aspecting your South Node, that means that you have a lot of energy that's pulling you back to that old way of being. So you really have to work like twice as hard to overcome your South Node, because you have so much energy focused on South Node areas. On the flip side of it though, if you have a lot of your planets, especially the more positive planets, aspecting your North Node, the energy that you're already going toward, this can actually be very beneficial to you, okay? Because you have energy in this lifetime that is helping you reach your North Node, okay? And so it comes a little bit more natural to you, okay? Same thing as if your sun sign is in the same sign as your North Node, that's going to be beneficial to you. If your moon sign is in the same sign as your North Node, that's going to be beneficial to you. If your Venus is in the same sign as your North Node, that's going to be beneficial to you, because that means that you came into this world born already with the energy that you need to practice your North Node. And it can work in the reverse. If your sun, moon, Venus, Mercury, Mars is in the same sign as your South Node, you, depending on what the rest of your chart looks like, because it always depends on the rest of your chart, you may have to work a little bit harder, okay, to break away from some of those South Node tendencies, because you already naturally have that, especially if it's like your sun or your ascendant or your moon. Okay, so that's just to give you guys a little cover story on that. I talked at length about my South Node placement and my South Node experience, how I came into awareness about it, how it changed my life, and I will link that down below as well, so you guys can watch my South Node video about how it has affected me personally, and you guys can get more insight into that. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get into the personal placements of the North and South Node. Okay, so now we are going to be talking about Taurus North Node, Scorpio South Node, and we're going to be talking about Scorpio North Node and Taurus South Node, okay? So let's just jump right into it. Taurus North Node, Scorpio South Node, okay? Keep in mind too, for the house placements, if you have your house placements in the 2nd and 8th house or vice versa, you may be able to relate to this energy as well. Okay, but anyways, Taurus North Node, Scorpio South Node. Now, this is one of the hardest South Node placements to have, because Scorpio South Node really pulls on you. And it's really hard to get out of Scorpio energy in general, because Scorpio energy has a very strong magnetic force and it's very, very powerful. So it may take you longer to evolve from this energy, because it could be very much embedded in you. Also, you're coming from a past life that was very, very intense. Okay, so you come into this life being a very intense person, somebody that is familiar with rebirth, somebody that's familiar with the death and rebirth cycle, transformation, being a warrior, internal warrior, being an occultist, being involved in the occult, deep, deep spirituality, okay, and experiencing a lot of loss in your life. So you automatically come into this life intense as hell, okay, with a very intense and powerful personality, and your emotions are very, very strong and overwhelming, okay? Your emotions are like the gift and the curse. Okay, Scorpio South Node people, Taurus North Node people also come into this life with a very strong sexual energy. Okay, so with Scorpio South Node people, sex can be your downfall. this life, okay? If you are somebody that's engaging in a lot of sex and getting into a lot of sexual bonds with people, that's not the thing that you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be getting away from these deep, entangled sexual bonds. But this is something that you feel very pulled toward this lifetime. And this is something that comes natural to you because you were somebody that was very skilled sexually and in the sexual arts in your past lives. So a lot of people say with this position is the position of the sex priestess, the pimp, okay, prostitution, high-end prostitution, and a lot of things that have to deal with sex, money, and power. Okay, this is what you're coming out of in your your past lives. So you've been involved in the underworld activities, the darker side of life. Okay, so you were involved in a lot of power struggle situations. Okay, and lots of situations where you had to use your sexuality as a weapon in order to survive or in order to gain power over other people. Okay, so you were playing a very dangerous game in your past lives and you know how to manipulate people. So in your past lives, you were the type of person where your life was so ruthless and scandalous that you had to use manipulation in order to get what you want. You had to use your psychic ability to get what you want. You had to use your spiritual ability and spiritual knowledge and occult knowledge to get what you want. You were also someone that people came to for a lot of answers, a lot of powers. Okay, so you may have been somebody that was deep in the occult, that knew spells, that knew how to do rituals, that practiced black magic, a whole lot of things. Like when I tell you this is probably the craziest South Node placement, and people with these South Node placements are coming from the most crazy, intense lives. Okay, you have. Also, this is dealing with death. So usually Scorpio South Node people experienced a very horrendous or a very horrible death, okay? Or people around them, they lost a lot of close people to them, okay, in their past lives. So this is why Scorpio South Nodes come into this life very, very guarded. Okay, you guys have very, very guarded souls and you guys are very secretive because in your past lives, you've had to keep a lot of secrets for a lot of powerful people. Okay, because you were involved in covert activities, okay, and underworld activities. So you had to learn how to keep secrets. Okay, so you come into this life very, very guarded and very closed off. And you have kind of this repressed fear about you because you've experienced so much turmoil in your past lives. And your past lives were very emotionally intense and very overwhelming. Okay, so you come into this life just very, somebody that is very kind of hurt, like broken person, like just because, or just somebody that's seen a lot and experienced a lot. So you feel like you're always on guard. So what you're supposed to be doing, Scorpio South Node, is practicing Taurus North Node. Thank God. Okay, so the Taurus energy is something that you deeply, deeply need because this life needs to be a life of healing for you. You need to let go of the drama, okay? You were constantly involved in drama in your past lives and earlier in this life. Power struggles with people, arguments, entanglements, these deep emotional bonds that you guys attract into your lives where you guys merge with other people and you guys become entangled in these deep emotional, psychological soul ties with people. And once you bond with them, it's very hard for you to break free from those emotional bonds, especially when they're toxic for you. So what you need to do is you need to focus on Taurus energy, which is calm, peace, serenity. Okay, taking time out to go to the spa, spending a lot of time in nature, engaging in artistic pursuits, painting, singing, dancing, anything that has to do with the expression of the soul, expressing the beauty of the soul is something that you need to do because your soul needs to heal. Your soul is tired of the drama. Your soul is tired of the darkness. Your soul is tired of the heaviness. Okay, so you need to be working on gaining your own power. Okay, so with Scorpio South Node, you were used to getting your power from other people. Okay, and getting power, yeah, from other people's energy source, and it wasn't coming from you. So in the end, it made you feel like, yeah, I have all this power, but I got my power through manipulation. Okay, I got my power through force. And that's not what Taurus North Node is about. Taurus North Node is about building up your own inner resources, making your own money. Okay, because Scorpio South Node had to manipulate people out of money. Okay, or had to sell their bodies or do something involving sex to get money. Okay, so you have to make your own money, build your own wealth, okay, and build your own security. You guys really aren't secure internally, okay? So it's something that you need to build up within yourself. You need to build your own inner security, okay, and stability, okay, and stay away from anybody that's going to bring that toxic energy into your life. You really need to put up healthy boundaries. That's something that's very important for Taurus North Node. You need to put up healthy boundaries between you and other people. If somebody's not bringing harmonious energy into your life, if somebody's not bringing balance into your life, if somebody's coming in with energy, vampire energy, trying to latch on to you, trying to blend with you and get into these confusing and tangled messes with you, you need to leave those people alone. Okay, that's not for you. Okay, I have this placement, so I can speak about it. All right, took me a long time to realize that too. So, yes, you need to focus on yourself and focus on peace at all costs. Okay, let go of the drama. Let go of the drama, okay? If you hold on to the drama, if you hold on to all those dark emotions, those dark feelings, it's just going to drag you to the pits of hell. You're never going to evolve. You have to focus on peace and harmony now. Venus ruled things, okay? The beauty of life, the positive things in life, okay? All right, so let's go to the opposite. Scorpio North Node, Taurus South Node. Now, with Taurus South Node people, you guys have become the masters of the material realm, okay? You guys have most likely been wealthy, rich, very well off materially in your past lives and even this life, okay? You know how to make money, you know how to secure the bag, okay? You've been somebody that's been very focused on your craft, okay? You were somebody that was very single-minded, okay? So if something didn't have to do with your business or your building in life, if something didn't have to do with keeping the peace and you being able to stay fixated in what it is that you were doing, you wanted nothing to do with it. Okay, you didn't care. All right, so you were kind of very surface level thinker, very simplistic thinker. Okay, and it's fine to be simplistic, but you actually need to get more involved this lifetime. Okay, and you need to get more in touch with your feelings. Okay, because you have been somebody that has been very borderline. Okay, just somebody that's borderline, living a calm existence, but nothing really happening with you. No excitement, no newness, no freshness, no electricity. Okay, no spiritual transformation. So it's like, although you have all these things in the material realm, you're not getting any deeper spiritual significance in your life. Okay, it's just like everything just remains the same day in and day out. And so your spirit and your soul was not growing. Okay, everything was just staying the same. So it's like, yeah, you learned the importance of the material world and materialism. Okay, and yes, you learned the importance of simplicity. Okay, but now the universe wants you to dive deeper this lifetime. The universe wants you to go into spiritual transformation. The universe wants you to get real with your soul and feel things and actually express your feelings and your emotions, because you can be somebody that's very cut off from your emotions. Okay, you could be someone that is so hell bent on keeping the peace and things of that nature that you don't stick up for yourself or you don't go to war for what it is that you want just because you want to keep the peace and you want to keep everything balanced. But staying safe is no longer going to help you. You can't stay safe all the time. Sometimes you have to choose sides. Sometimes you have to go to battle. Okay, sometimes you have to express your emotions, whatever they may be, because everything isn't always beautiful and pretty all the time. And that's something that you guys need to learn, because you guys kind of ignore a lot of things that are going on beneath the surface because you guys just don't want to go there. But you can't do that anymore. You can't stay so positive all the time and ignore what's going on beneath the surface. Okay, because sometimes you need to go through transformative experiences in order to build your character and in order to have real experiences and gain real wisdom in life. Otherwise, you'll be successful in the material dimension, but you won't have learned anything on a soul level. You won't have any soul experience. Okay, so the universe wants you to open your mind up to deeper spirituality and to know that there's more to life beyond what you just see with your own two eyes. Okay, there's a deeper meaning behind things. There's a deeper purpose behind things. So the universe wants you to dive into your soul. The universe wants you to dive into your spirit and really become fulfilled. The universe also wants you to open up emotionally to other people and to let other people in and bond with people on a soul level. And the only way that you can do that is by being intimate with people, letting them see you for who you really are. Okay, being bare, being naked with other people. And this is something that's very, very scary to you. Okay, and also exploring your sexuality. Okay, becoming more in tune with that and letting go a lot more. Okay, not being so guarded, not being so closed off. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so that will conclude the video for the North and South Node for Taurus and Scorpio.